So I've talked to you guys about wanting to get this fifth wheel camper and do some camping and, glamping. It's not really camping, but I want to travel, want to do some traveling. I bought my F-350 dually for the intention of buying a fifth wheel camper to do this with. All of this relies on my land selling, and it's been a bumpy road to get that land sold, and still today it's not sold. Actually, wow, they're repaving the road with no notice. Actually, yesterday we went by the property, just kind of checking it out, and a tree had fallen across the driveway, and I was like, oh, great. So I texted the realtor because she actually had a showing yesterday, and I was like, I didn't know the tree had fell across the road. Like, I'll try to get it cleaned up as soon as possible. Whatever. It's a dead tree, so I just tried to roll it out of the road, and I cut my hands up. So that's cool. That was real fun yesterday. But anyway, so, yeah, all relies on the land selling. Who knows if and when that's ever going to happen. If it doesn't happen, I was going to do the RV park thing. But that's all TBD. So anyway, this morning, the idea struck me that maybe I could lower my standards a little and do this now instead of having to wait until the property sells or wait until whatever. I looked at a Thor motor coach years ago. At the time, it was a 2019. They had it listed for $90,000. I felt like it was a really good deal, and I hesitated, and I lost it. And this was back when I made money, so I could have just went and bought it. It wasn't a big deal. I hesitated, and I lost it. And this was before I bought the F-350 or any of that. I could have taken the money that I spent on the first F-350 and bought that motorhome and had it. The problem is I looked up some reviews, I looked up some videos, and it wasn't great. Reviews on Thor are not what I thought they'd be, and I get it. All manufacturers have issues, and sometimes you can get a lemon, so it may just be the few that are having a bad experience that are the loudest, or maybe there's a lot of problems with Thor. I don't really know. What I do know is I didn't find a whole lot of reviews that were positive. So it made me hesitate on the whole thing, and I missed out on it. And the more I think about it, the more I think, dang, that was a good deal. Because now, looking back, you can't find them for under 120 at this point, used 2019s. And back then, we're talking years ago, when 2019 was fairly new, at 90. So yeah, I should have done it, but whatever. You live and you learn. So, the idea has kind of hit me again because I have about 80 grand in positive equity on my dually right now. Not that I want to sell it. Kind of would hate to sell it because, I've had it for not very long and I've done some customizations to it, and yeah, it's how I like it. And the whole intention was to get the fifth wheel. I've got the fifth wheel hitch. I've got everything ready, just waiting on a fifth wheel. And now I might change the plan. That would suck. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. The ultimate reason that I felt like the F-350 dually and fifth wheel were better is because of all the amenities. The F-350 dually has adaptive cruise control, and it's a really beast engine. I mean, we're talking 1,000 something foot-pound of torque. I mean, this thing's nice. Motorhome's not high power. It doesn't have any other purpose but to be a motorhome. Or this truck, I can use it as a truck when I'm not using it for camping. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons. Crows and prawns. I said that once. Anyway, probably won't do the motorhome, but it is an option. And if things don't work out, I could sell the F-350 dually, have about an $80,000 down payment on a $120,000 motorhome, and just finance the rest like I normally would anything else, and it would be okay. and we could do our travels. I don't see me keeping a motorhome long term. I mean, there's a lot of downsides too, just for the fact of like, what are you going to drive when you get to your destination? We probably end up having to rent something, or I don't know. None of my vehicles can be flat towed because they're all electric, and you can't do that. So that just complicates things a little more. Whereas with the F350 dually, you drive it when you're unhooked from the camper. So anyway, that's just what I'm thinking about today, and just thought I might share it with you. The idea struck me to look at motorhomes again, and there are a lot more downsides than positives, I think, to doing that. But at the same time, it's an option, and it's a slightly cheaper option if you think about it. Because, I mean, yeah, I've already got the F350 dually now, but, I mean, I had to spend $100,000 on that, and then I'll have to find an RV in the 60 range. Kind of heavily invested for this little, recreational want. It's definitely not a need, it's just a want. So, anyway, I'll see you guys later.